Hey, it's your girl Priscilla A with the Married to My Soap Opera podcast, the General Hospital recap for the week of January the 10th, 2022. So before we get into the podcast, I would like to ask you to please take a moment to hit the subscribe button, and I would love it if you could also share this video on your social media with some other General Hospital fans. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's pick up from where we left off on Friday. So Carly had walked into Nina's office and slammed that door shut behind her. And y'all, this scene was so good. This is what we have been waiting for. Carly and Nina had it out. Carly gave it to her. But I gotta admit, I was surprised by Nina's audacity, y'all. She had the audacity to give Carly flack for being upset with Sonny for not telling her the truth about them. And y'all, gone is the Nina that's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, and please forgive me. No, this is the other side of Nina that we have seen come out. The side that hates Carly and really wanted to get back at her. And she even goes so far as to throw up in Carly's face that she and Sonny almost slept together and would have if she had not stopped it. Whew, yeah. And y'all, Carly did what Carly does. She smacked her across the face. And so this scene was power packed. You definitely got to watch it and check it out. Meanwhile, Sonny gets a visit from Laura at home, and Laura actually ends up having to tell him about Luke's death. And this is just another person that's close to Sonny that he's lost. So right now, you guys, Sonny is just in a really bad place, but he does confide in Laura and tells her about the problems that he and Carly are having, and she tries to give him her advice. Victor Cassadine interrupts Esme and Spencer in an intimate moment to give him the whole "we Cassadines must stick together" speech, and all of the family needs to come back together and get on one accord. So he's giving them that speech, and Laura ends up coming home to find Victor sitting alone in her living room. Now this is gonna be interesting, y'all. A Cassadine and a Spencer back at it again. Well, that's your recap for Monday, January the 10th. Okay, so Tuesday, January the 11th. Carly is back home with Sonny, and she confronts him about all the things that Nina told her that he didn't tell her. And y'all, Sonny is trying really hard to work things out with Carly and wants to talk to her and tries to reassure her that he loves her and he wants their life back. But Carly ain't having it, y'all. She is hurt and she's disappointed from her conversation with Nina. And by the time they're done talking, she's right back to that Sonny needs to go. And if he doesn't leave, she will leave. Now, y'all, Nina done already told her she want her man. And that if Sonny comes to her, she will not turn him away. So Carly might want to chill out with trying to put the man out. She might want to at least let the man stay home and be in the same house with them because, Nina is ignoring Phyllis's advice because she wants Sonny. So let's get to this visit with Victor, Laura, Esme, and Spencer. Well, y'all, it ain't really a visit. It's Laura and Victor doing what Spencers and Cassadines do, playing that cat and mouse game, and basically Esme and Spencer are just sitting back enjoying the show. Y'all, it's really kind of funny when you see the look on their faces. So, yeah, that was really interesting. Britt and Austin decide to go hang out, being each other's wingman to try to get some romantic action going on in their lives with other people. But Austin admits that he's got a thing for Maxie. And meanwhile, Maxie is meeting with her mom, and she confides in her mom that she and Austin are actually pretty cool. So that was a fun little switcheroo. Now let's talk about Curtis and Marshall. I am so sick and tired of Marshall giving Curtis the runaround. And you guys, finally today, he gives Curtis some answers. Vague though they are, he does admit that when he was younger, he got in some criminal trouble, and the only way to protect his family and keep them safe was to fake his own death and leave. But you know, Curtis wants to know who the players are and basically what happened so that he can try to help Marshall out of the problem once and for all, you know, now that he's got connections. Okay, and this was a surprise, you guys. Willow goes to talk to Nina. And Willow makes Nina an offer. She asks Nina to give up her grandparental rights to Wiley right now on the scant hope, y'all, Nina's words, not mine, on the scant hope that Michael will, out of the goodness of his heart, at some point in time later on down the line, deign to allow her to spend time with Wiley and be in his life. Yeah, you heard me. That's what she offered Nina. Do you hear that? The sound of laughter. Nina laughing in her face like, why on earth would I do that? Oh my goodness. That was just really interesting. Anyway, that's your recap for Tuesday, y'all. Stay tuned for Wednesdays.
Prom's coming up. We're going, right?
I know my good two shoes cousin ain't giving it up. Now me on the other hand.
How's everything looking? You know, I got to be in tip-top shape for my first college game.
He's one of the best quarterbacks I've ever coached.
Grim, we need to talk about your results.
Why, is something wrong?
Download the Louisiana Film Channel app now and les bon temps roulés.
Okay, so this is Wednesday, January the 12th, General Hospital recap. Okay, so Carly and Sonny are arguing again because he didn't leave. So Carly decides that she's going to leave. Now, Carly is still giving him a hard time about everything, but especially about being with Nina on New Year's Eve. But the only reason that he was even in that pub drunk as a skunk on New Year's Eve was because Carly kicked him out. And I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, Carly, at least recognize your part in this. You know, had you not kicked the man out, he would have been at home with you. It wasn't like he intentionally ran into Nina. And thankfully nothing happened. But Carly is just not even recognizing her part in anything right now because she's just so full of hate and anger and hurt right now. But hopefully she'll get it together and just appreciate the fact that her husband is back home because she isn't totally innocent. She and Jason fell in love and were about to sleep together and nobody was about to stop them, right? Okay, but she's not looking at that. But you know, Sonny does call her out on it. He asked her if she's so quick to leave because a part of her heart left when she married Jason. I was like, oh, he went there. Yeah, he went there. Wow. But the man has a point. Nina calls Valentine over, and y'all, I am so ready for Valentine to be completely over Nina. I really am, because Valentine is Nina's Jason, and she does not realize it. She did not realize it. Even right now, he's still her Jason because they're not in love, but he's still so devoted to Nina and willing to be there for her. But I gotta tell you, he does tell her the right thing this time because Nina wants to take on Michael as far as going to court to try to get Wiley. Which means, you know, she takes on Michael, she's going to have to take on the Quartermaines and Sonny. And Valentine tells her that's a war that she can't win. So he advises her that no, he cannot back her in that. So I'm proud of Valentine. I was so proud of him, y'all, for telling her no, Nina. I care about you, but That's not a war you can win. You don't want to do that. And I can't support you in doing it. So, y'all, that's a really, really good scene, too. You definitely want to see that. Meanwhile, Alexis gets Harmony and Sam together because Harmony runs into them at the pub. And I guess she decides, hey, it's time to be open about her friendship with Harmony. And so she gets them to call a truce. And they sit down and talk it through. But Sam does warn her not to hurt her mother. So we're going to see where this friendship with Harmony and Alexis goes. That's your recap for Wednesday, January the 12th.
Are you interested in buying a home or a lease purchase? Do you need help fixing your credit? You need the real estate go-to girl, Priscilla Adams. Or are you interested in selling your home? Have you inherited a property on the verge of foreclosure, filing for bankruptcy or divorce? Do you need a quick cash sale? Are you interested in a career in real estate? Whatever your real estate need, call the go-to girl, Priscilla Adams, at 318-605-1120 or email padams@kw.com.
This is Thursday's recap for January the 13th. So, we're going to start with Britt and Brad, who are catching up over lunch. And Brad finally admits that he is the one who poisoned Peter. And he tells her about his aunt and how terrified of her he is. And Britt actually tells, she's surprised and shocked that he did that. But she also tells him to grow a pair. Yeah. Which I think she's right about. Sam and Drew meet up at the Metro Court. So Drew can ask her how on earth Valentine got his hands on his ELQ shares. So Sam fills him in, and it's clear by their meeting, y'all, that there is still a bond between Drew and Sam, and there's still some attraction there. And I think Drew is still in love with Sam. And the attraction, I think, is on both their parts. So, we're going to see what happens with Dante and Sam and Drew. Victor Cassadine runs into Maxie and Anna having lunch at the Metro Court. And he uses the opportunity to try to get some information about Maxie to help him figure out, I guess, where her baby is so that he can get the information he wants from Peter. After that, he goes to see Austin, who ends up revealing a lot of information to Victor regarding Brooke Lynn and Maxie's friendship and their connection. And Victor realizes, he makes the assumption that Maxie's friendship is really important to Brooke Lynn, and he thinks that they can use that to exploit her. Now, whether he figures out the truth, I don't know, but he's definitely a little bit wiser about the situation now, thanks to Austin. So Tracy tells Brooke Lynn that she thinks it's a good idea for Brooke Lynn and Bailey to come stay with her in Amsterdam to get her as far away from Peter as possible until he goes to prison, because of how dangerous he is. But Brooke Lynn talks it over with Chase, and they don't really want to do that. They don't want to take Maxie's baby away from her. And they come up with a different idea. They decide to move in together and get a bigger place for the three of them. It boggles my mind why these people won't just tell Valentine the truth. Valentine will protect Louise, and he won't try to crush Brooke Lynn. And right now, I think that's what they need to be worried about, is Valentine's retribution. And the best way to protect Louise/Bailey is to just be honest with Valentine. But for some reason, they just keep avoiding it. I guess that would be too much like right, huh? For a soap opera. Yeah, okay. Well, that's your recap for Thursday. Okay, we are up to Friday's episode. And y'all, whew, there was some good stuff going on Friday, but I'm going to say the best for last, y'all. Okay, so we're going to start with Laura is trying to reunite Spencer and Nicholas together. So she brings them together for a little family meeting. Esme walks in on it, trying to be all defensive, protecting Spencer. And so Kevin takes her out to tea to get her out of the way. Now Kevin ends up talking with Esme and realizing that she's fascinated with Ryan and that she's been visiting with him quite a bit at Spring Ridge, and that's not a good thing. So he calls Spring Ridge to restrict her access to his brother. He's not sure what's going on there, but at least he knows that, hey, it's something. And y'all, I am interested to see where this story goes with Esme and Ryan. You know, do you think she's his daughter with one of his victims? What is her attraction to him? Okay, also, so Carly runs into Drew at the Metro Court, and they take some time to reconnect. Drew can see that something's clearly bothering Carly, and she confides in him that she left Sonny. So Drew's trying to be a supportive friend for her, and we are gonna watch and see, you know, where this goes, what happens with this. Nina, meanwhile, meets with Martin to talk to him about her chances of taking Michael and Willow to court for Wiley. As they have their meeting, Ava walks in on it. And Ava, basically, y'all, Ava is egging her on to try to take Sonny from Carly. But, you know, Ava's always looking out for Ava, and she just would love to stick it to Carly at the same time. But Nina needs to really stop and think about if that's what she really wants to do. But she does give Carly some good, give Nina some good advice, y'all. She tells Nina if she wants a chance with Sonny, going to war with Michael is going to kill all that, because Sonny will choose Michael every single time over her with no question. So now, of course, Nina's rethinking how important is it for her to have her parental rights with Wiley. Do she really want to take Michael to court if it's going to cost her Sonny? So where are her priorities? Probably not with her grandchild. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's get to it, y'all. So Carly tells Michael that she had to move out because Sonny wouldn't give her space. And Michael and Sonny haven't talked since the court hearing. And y'all, Michael goes toe to toe with his father. I am like, what? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Michael is hot, y'all. He is so upset how Sonny hurt his mama and then won't give her the space that she needs. But he's really upset about the fact that he did all of that to bring Nina to justice, and Sonny got on the stand and said what he said, that he was not a victim and that he doesn't blame Nina. So, y'all, they're going at it so bad. Dante comes in and has to break it up. So, yeah, you want to see Friday's episode. You want to see that. Because they ain't never got into it like that. Anyway, y'all, that's your recap for Friday. Hope you take a look at it, because it was a great one. And see you back for next week. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.